Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got a video today about, as you can see, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after the match last night. I thought I'd discuss this because it's been going round. A lot of people want Ole to stay. A lot of them want him out. I think a lot of people's minds changed last night, even though I don't think last night is the final nail. I think they'll keep him on. But my personal opinion is I think he's taken Man United as far as they can in his skill set. I think now it's time to. He's stabilised. He's come out the other side post Ferguson, and I think now it's time for someone like a Conte or a Pochettino or someone with a higher ceiling in potential management. If that makes sense, someone who has that ability to turn a team into one of the best teams. Pochettino did very well with Tottenham, like I said. He'd be given a lot more money at Man United. And then obviously Conte, even better choice, just won the title at Inter. The board haven't backed him, so I think it's time for them to start. In my opinion, if I was the guys behind the scenes at United, I'd be going all out for Conte right now, I think. I know a lot of Man United fans want him to stay. That's fine. I mean, they've come sixth in his first season. They gave him third, and then this year second. So from that respect, it's progression, right? But I think I can only speak from my point of view, right? I can't speak from Man United fans. When he came, he did a very good job, caretaker manager, right? I think he won the manager of the month the first month he was there as a caretaker, and he got the job after. I think it was after the PSG game where Rashford scored that penalty. Whether it was a penalty or not, that's another discussion. But they got it. He scored it, and they went through past PSG. And then it didn't go downhill as such from there. But I don't think it's ever reached those heights again. Like the buzz. It sort of wore off, and he hasn't been able to sort of get it back. Like it was December 2018 when he took over, which is like what, 2.5 years ago, 2.5 seasons. About that, 2.5 seasons. Yeah, 2.5 seasons. And he didn't qualify from the Champions League group this year. It was with Leipzig and PSG. Even though they beat Leipzig 5-0, and they beat PSG as well, but I think they lost to Başakşehir from Turkey. And then they ended up going to the Europa League, obviously, which was where they lost last night to Villarreal. But I look at Man United, and because I'm an older person than... Not older, but I'm 30 years old, right? So I'm not young, but I'm not old. So I'm in the middle ground where I've seen Man United when they were like the best team in the world, or one of us at least. And I look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and I just think, you're not a Manchester United manager. I think if you watch Alex Ferguson and characters that they had, he's not one of those guys. He's not dominant enough. He's not decisive enough. He's not ruthless and cutthroat enough to be Man United manager. I don't know that for a fact because I don't know him as a person, but that's how he comes across to me. I get it because he wants to please his players, but I think sometimes, especially last night, and it was brought up in my Discord by a long-time viewer with Sports Manchester United, Connor Murphy, and he said even things like doing research on the goalkeeping situation. He played De Gea, which is fair enough, but he had to know that penalties were an option, right? They could happen. Obviously, it did happen, but in hindsight, you've got to prepare for that fact. And apparently, De Gea's not saved a penalty in like 22 or something penalties, and Henderson's saved 8 out of 15, which is over 50%. I think things like that. Is it just be wanting to please De Gea, don't leave, please, sort of thing? I don't know. Alex Ferguson would have seen that and gone, Henderson, you're playing. At the very least, he would have subbed him on in extra time because he wouldn't care. He just want the win. Now, they were very good penalties. Henderson might not have got to any of them. and they might have lost anyway. But I think you've got a better chance because De Gea did not look very good at them penalties. I don't think he went the right way many times either. And then obviously he missed the penalty, but that's fine. Like, missing the penalty is not a problem. He's not expected to score a penalty. I looked at his win percentage as well, Solskjaer, and it is over 50%, which is not too bad. It's not like up with the top managers in the world, but it's not too bad. It's like 53.65%, something like that. And I just think that I think we all know watching this video that they're not going to sack him, right? They're not. Second place finish, no trophies, yeah, but second place finish, final, and what was the other one? Was it a semi-final, the FA Cup? And yeah, they're not going to sack him, but I can't help but think I don't, obviously as an Arsenal fan, I don't want Manchester United to sack him. I don't. Because whilst they are doing better right now, obviously, that's not debatable, but he has got a better team at his disposal. I think if you give that team to a manager with, how can I put it? Earlier I said a better ceiling. I think if you give that Manchester United team to a manager with just a better manager, just a better in general manager, which is obviously my opinion, but like a Conte, like I said, then I think I think they personally could win the title this year. They could have won it. He's relying a lot, or it seems to me when I watch Manchester United, it seems that they're relying on a worldie from Rashford or Pogba or Fernandes, which has happened more than often than not, or even a penalty. Like, I know it's like a big thing, like Penchester United and Varchester or whatever, right? And they do get more penalties, right? And they do get favourable VAR decisions sometimes. They do. They do. Whether it's because the players know how to play the game better, I don't know. But I looked at it, and I looked at their penalties since that they've won. Most of them are actually penalties, but the reason they do get more penalties is because they've got better dribblers and they like drive into the box, like your Greenwoods, Rashford's, Martial even, like they just drive into the box and they're very quick feet. And yeah, they do have to play the game. They do. They know how to where to put the feet, when to fall. But I mean, that's just being clever in this day and age. That's not my. It's not my idea of fair, but it's what everyone does. So you either get with it or you lose out on points, goals, wins, whatever. So yeah, they do get favourable decisions sometimes, but a lot of their penalties have been penalties. Bruno Fernandes took a very bad dive last night. I thought at the time he'd kicked his own heels, which I was like, all right, fair enough, because when you do get your heels clipped in football, you don't automatically assume it is you that's done it. You think that someone else has done it behind you because you can't see him, right? But then when I looked back at it afterwards, no one had touched him. Like it was just jogging along with the ball. A guy got sort of close to him. Looked like he was about to put a tackle in. He sort of didn't because I think it might have been Caputo. He saw the angles, or Pereiro, I can't remember which one it was. He saw the angles and didn't quite make the tackle. And it was almost like Fernandes expected it and it was already in his mind, oh, I'm going to go down here. It wasn't a dangerous position, really. I think it was like just over the halfway line. And he sort of just fell without nothing, as if like that's in his mind. Anyway, I don't want to get talking about Fernandes because we're on about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I think it's like, back to the original point anyway, I think he relies too much upon individual quality from those players, because Man United have got a good team. Let's be honest. They're missing some key players in positions, but they've got a good team. Let's be honest. It is a good team. They've got very good individual players, and they are playing as a team. Last night they didn't play too badly. I think they pressed well. I just think when they got the ball, they pressed well to get the ball back, but once they got it, I think they thought there was like 3 hours on the clock. It just seemed like they were, oh, we'll score eventually. And credit to Villarreal and Emery, they just sat back and that's been Ole Gunnar Solskjaer again. That's been his downfall. Going back to like a not personal experience, but an experience that I watched, like as an Arsenal fan, whenever we play them, we just sort of sit not too deep, but we sit fairly deep. We don't come out that much. And Man United just don't seem to have an answer. And Arteta has got his number at the moment. And I think a lot of managers are sort of seeing that. And I don't know if he gets backed in the summer. I don't know if they get Harry Kane. I don't know if they get Sancho or both. Who knows? Rice, whoever they're linked with. They're linked with Torres. They're linked with Varane. But whoever they get, I don't think it's a personnel issue as to why they're struggling to break down defences. I think they've got the players to do that. I think it's the instructions from the manager. I don't think he gives them enough, like, an idea of how to play once they get it. It's sort of like when they play counter-attacking football. I think that's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's strength. His strength is counter-attacking football. You see when they play Man City, they seem to be comfortable against them, right? But when it's flipped and they're asked to attack, because as your Man United manager, you're going to be asked to attack a lot more than you're going to be asked to defend. I don't think he can set up a team to play through deep defensive lines. And I think that's where high intense football from managers like Conte and Pochettino, I think that's what Man United need. Like I said, he's done well. He's stabilised the ship. They look the best since Ferguson's left. But I think now is the perfect time to just say thanks, but we need to take that next step, and we don't think you're the guy to do it, right? It might seem harsh, and I think there is a bit of that. It does feel like there's a bit of that. Sort of like, he's such a nice guy. He's done a good job, so it's like, can we really sack him? But it's just going to show if Man United have got that ruthless streak that they used to have, and I don't think they have. And I don't know if Man United fans agree with me. If you do, put it in the comments. If you don't, put it in the comments. But I've been saying it from the start. I think he's good for a certain period, and then that's it. And I think that time is now. I don't think there's any talk of him leaving or any talk of anybody else coming in, so I don't think it's even a possibility. But I think it's the time, personally, for him to leave. And it is hard to sack a club legend. Not a legend, but like a player synonymous with the fans, right? He used to score a lot off the bench. He turned down a few moves to Tottenham and another team. I think it was Everton when he was at Man United back in the day. So yeah, it will be tough. He's a nice guy, it seems. He seems like when he gets angry, it's sort of like there's a reason to be angry. He just doesn't get annoyed for no reason like Mourinho did, etc. So yeah, I've not got anything against him. I just think it's the right time for him to go. Whatever you guys think, just let me know. I thought I'd put a video out there, especially off the back of last night, because it's sort of fresh in people's minds. They've had like a night and a day to sort of formulate what they think, and hopefully people get in touch with the video and just leave comments. So I'll leave it there. I don't want to waffle on too long. I thought I'd give you my general thoughts, what I think of his reign, what I think should happen next, who we should maybe bring in. And then the floor's sort of you guys, really. Write what you want in the comments, I'll get back to you. As always, I'll keep the videos coming. I like to talk about all topics regarding football. If there's videos that you want to see, please help me out. Put them in the comments. At me on Discord, at me in Twitter. The links are down below. And yeah, until next time, guys. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.